What's up, everyone? My name is Jesse. This is the Auditorium. I react to video game music for the first time. And today is the return of Persona 3 Reload and Persona 3 Regular. We're going to have 3 songs in this video. And we're going to start off with a huge request, because I've only heard Persona 3 Reload once, right when it came out. And the comments were filled with the request for this one. It's called Color Your Night. And this is from the channel Persona Radio. Let me go through all the songs. And then after that, we're going to be hearing Changing Seasons, the Reload version. And then after that, so I'm going to change it up a bit. We're going to hear the original After. And that one's from Persona 3. That's from the channel BossQuez88. This is requested by a lot of people. We have Keats, Kevin, J2O Juiced, generalgarchomp, RustyToaster18, and Kira. Thank you. The only thing I'm going to say about this is my second time with Reload, and the first time was extremely good, very catchy, super catchy. I love that song. What was it? It was Full Moon something. And yeah, so now I'm going to hear this one, and the only context I have is that it's kind of like a port, something. That's all I remember reading. So anyways, yeah, Color Your Night from Persona 3 Reload. Let's go.
Travel to the break it don't rounding out. I'm on a mission routing out whatever it is you gotta do. Routing out until the day I meet you. I'm routing out. I look up in the skies, asking out a while, but never let it faze me. I'm keeping good vibes when I'm on the road. Watch out for all surprises. What it provides is good and bad, but nothing entices.
Another one day in the night, let me paint the view, color down with my light. For every moment share with you, not in the day, and never fully gone. Going to be back again until the coming over down.
For the days ahead of us, put your hands up, wave it side to side for good luck. For the nights like this, put your hands up, love the moment even from dusk. Yo, you always got my back, and of course I got your back. Don't you worry about that now.
We have the organ and the Rhodes piano in the same song. And of course, the bass. The bass is actually reminding me a lot of a song that I listen to all the time. Like a very specific bass sound. Let me find that song for you.
Two hands meet at zenith, nothing comes between us. Dancing like ballerinas.
Who's that?
Under the moonlight all night long. How these plain and simple scenes get painted so vividly by you.
Is that Lotus?
I just
Again, singing? Oh, dude, they sound like the equivalent of peanut butter and jelly in my ears. What are some other combinations from around the world? What are the British eat? Chips and something?
Easy things that used to bother me, 'cause your existence just lights me up.
What am I thinking of? Chips and what? To Google. Hey! Chips and fish and chips. What other combinations are out there? Happiness and mint chocolate chip ice cream. Wow. So I'm guessing this is an original song as well. Like there's no original from 3. This is exclusive to Reload. Dude, that was very good. I want to see what this port looks like. That's the coolest port I've ever heard. I'm guessing it's a port at night. What is it? Let me just see what the request said. Give me a second. Color your nights, or night, I should say. This is a theme that plays when you're out doing stuff in the port town Tatsumi Port Island at night. Okay, so it's night. Ooh, okay. Yeah. Oh, you know what this reminded me of? Is Beneath the Mask. Yeah. Kind of had the same sort of feel. And I really, really, really love that song. It's like one of my favorites from Persona. This song had a lot of everything I like. So we have groove, we have bass, we have Lotus Juice's smooth cadence, which I think also he sung in this one as well. I need to hear more of that if that's actually him. I said the same thing in my last reload, and apparently it was him. But it's hard to tell if it is him because he changes his like tonality of his voice, if that's him. But I need to hear more of that because it really works. And then whoever the girl is, I don't know who the girl is. I'm sorry. And Azumi Takahashi. Cool. Thank you for putting that on there. They sounded so well together, especially during that like chorus section. They had the organ. I always love the rotary organ, the little wah, and then the Rhodes piano doing all the jazzy kind of like Final Fantasy VIII sounds. So it just was really, really good. But the bass line, it was so reminiscent of a song I've recommended before. I don't know if I recommended it on a Persona video, but I've recommended it before. If you like this song, you should check out Forever Mine by the group Velvet Dreamer. Within, well, let's just say when the beat kicks in, look out for the bass and you'll see what I'm talking about. Same kind of vibe too. Damn, yeah, I could see why this was requested quite a bit. This was fantastic. It's funny because if you're unaware, the video I did right before this one was Persona as well. Persona Q and 3, one of the variations of 3. And that video surprised me because, it's so weird to be still surprised from something you've been hearing for a while, but I'm still surprised. And it's really cool to me that this has so much of the DNA of Persona, even though it's a completely new song to it. There's some sort of art to that, how many times has that happened in life? There can't be too many instances of, it happens in games where they get like remade, remastered, all that stuff. But to come in with new tracks and then make it seamless, I guess Nier Replicant did something like that, right? With the, Nier Replicant did the same thing with, can't remember the song, Fleeting Words, right? The mermaid song. It sounds like it came out way later, but it sounds like it could have been in the original game. There's an example. There you go. But yeah, like I like if you told me this is from Reload specifically, I could have just said it sounded like Persona, or Persona 3 actually, because Persona 3 has a lot of this. There's two sounds I think of when it comes to Persona 3, and that's like the rap stuff and electric guitar, kind of punk style chords. Not punk like da 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 da, but like this kind of like power chords and like a rhythmic sort of electric funk thing. Whereas this one sounds a little bit more like it's leaning towards how 5 sounds, but it still sounds like 3. And I'm no expert. I've only heard so many songs, but you guys have heard all of them and played the games, so yeah, I could see why that was requested heavily. That was amazing. Color Your Night. We are moving on to another song from this game, Changing Seasons, which is not a brand new song. This is, I guess, a remade one. Normally, I would hear the original first, and then this one. But I don't know, I just feel like changing it up because there's no rules here. So, we're going to hear Changing Seasons from Reload. And then go back in time to the regular one. Let's go. I have no context for the song. I don't think I do. Let me see. Oh, it says that it's an overall theme. This sounded very... Okay. This is a very specific sound to me. Oh, dude, the bass in Reload is... phenomenal. That's still the bass. Wow. The bass is going from left and right. Little cascading action. Little high energy. Don't know where this would play. You know what I just noticed? God, the bass, dude. I've never heard Persona ever without headphones. Because I was about to say a comment, I was like, make sure you're listening with headphones. As a joke. But I've never heard it not with headphones. Or with the sound effects of the game. Every song just has to be so catchy from the series. Like they have to make that a point. It's the same singer, the Azumi. She's good. The song has a very free form nature to it. Like, can be improvised a bit. But I love this little like jazz fusion before the loop. Oh, disco-ish. This right here, though, reminds me of a very specific thing. I'm gonna go right into the original and then talk about it. That was sick. Okay, my only guess for the original is that I don't know if Azumi was there back then. So my only assumption is maybe a different singer and maybe more electric guitars. That's my only assumption here. All right, go. But this one's called Changing of the Seasons. So it's not just changing. I'm just guessing it's just changing. Anyways, let's go. Okay. Same vocal recording. Oh, punchier. Oh, the bass is not doing anything here. It's just going. There it is. So there's more bass in the intro of Reload. It's cool though. Yeah, they're both good. The song is just good. That's different. The chord is so simple. Dun, 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 dun. There's that part again. Little break. Fun fact, remember that part that just happened. It'll probably happen again. That like little outro end before it loops. Remember that. I'm gonna go back in time and talk about something I talked about in my very first Persona video ever. And I feel like I need to touch upon it again. So the main difference is the vocal here. Is that French? I don't know the singers. Remember this right here. Interesting. Before I go into my little thing I was going to talk about, very different, but yet very similar. How strange, you know? Not going to choose a favorite. I don't really do that, but they both have their own things. They're very different. And, well, obviously the song is the same. Chords are the same. But there's a couple of things that are brushed up upon. The original has a more of a disco style feel. And it's more focused on the music. Like you should be paying attention to the music, and it sounds like you're meant to be kind of like confused or have a little like be intrigued by the vocal. Or like, huh? What is she saying? Or like, you know, what's going on? Why is she just like whispering into the mic, but not being very, you know, there's like a mystery there. And it sounded to me, I don't know, but it sounded like French? I don't know. Whereas the Reload one was like a proper, you know, you can hear what she's saying, verse, it's a chorus, whatever. And then musically, they both, you know, sounded great. The recording and everything. It's cool how much this holds up. You know, it still sounds like it could have been made, you know, recently. The Reload version has a lot more emphasis on like a funkier sound. Still has the disco flavor too, but it's like way more bass. You know, this one, the Reload version has bass right from the very beginning, and it just kind of is bathed throughout the whole thing. And yeah, it just has a little bit more of that swing to it, whereas the original has more like it's a little more straightforward and a little punchier. The thing that I wanted to bring up, which is it's really funny, because this is I didn't think I was going to bring it up again because I already brought it up once, but it's been at least 2 years now, or maybe, I don't know, it doesn't feel like that long. The very first time I heard Persona ever was 5? Yeah, it was 5. Please correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it was Wake Up, Get Up, Get Out There. And in that song, I made a comment about breaks, and I'm going to talk about that again because they do it here, and I think it's an important part of history that you may not even like paid attention to. I just think it's kind of fascinating. But if you notice, the song, you know, does this thing, and then at the very end, it's just like this musical break, a little instrumental break. There's just nothing. It's just like a little like preparation for like round 2 type of thing, you know, like do, and then it goes back into it. Those breaks are what eventually became like a historical culture known as, you know, like breakdancing, and that's where breakdancing came from, because you're dancing to the break. So the whole like culture of like b-boys and all that started in New York from, I believe it was DJ Kool Herc, and there's like documentaries of how he came up with that. Basically, it came from like, I think it was like James Brown records. It just anything really. Like basically, he noticed that people like they would have like a record playing, and then during the break, he noticed people were more lively and were like kind of just going. So he would just, you know, focus on the break of the song and just extend that for like long periods of time. And then naturally, what do you think people are gonna do when they're just dancing without vocals or anything? They're just gonna start like battling, and it's just like one versus one, and then it just kind of like goes from there. So like all this came from just these tiny snippets of music that, you know, like James Brown was a big part of it, and just a bunch of other like, it just was a thing back then to have like little instrumental breaks that was not intended, but it became a whole culture. And Persona sometimes throws that in there, and I think it's really cool. And it's just something that probably goes unnoticed a lot, but since I grew up with it, I knew it, and I could really hear that. So you can really envision that little section being noticed, kind of like how I noticed it, and then like expanding on it, and then just turning that into a, you know, a thing. In this case, turned to a whole culture and a whole dance style that's still being revolutionized, and it's crazy to think about. So there's my little TED talk. That was really cool. I like both of them. I like Persona 3. It's just its own thing. And I'm glad the Reload version did well, and maybe they'll start doing more. I don't know. Oh, and one more thing, just as a curiosity. What would make, because I'm under the impression that this is just a straight like remaster. I don't know if it's a remake. Like, did they add anything new besides the songs? Which brings me to my question: what was playing? If it's a remaster, and those new songs that are in there now, do they replace other songs that were there that were maybe repeated, and they just felt like adding like Color Your Night and the other ones, or are they new sections? That's my main question. So yeah, okay. Thank you to all the requesters. Thank you to my patrons for supporting me. I couldn't be here without them. Thanks to you for watching. My name is Jesse in the auditorium. I will see you later. Peace out.